Alright, hello guys, welcome to my review of Alien Earth. Now we're on episode 3. So I guess I'll just say I didn't like this episode as much as the first two, which are just 10 out of 10s to me. Yeah. This one I'd probably give like 8, 8.5 around there. So kind of like similar to the ratings I was giving flipping Dexter. Even though it feels like there's a lot more going on in Dexter, but obviously this is like, I feel like more like an information exposition kind of episode. You know, that kind of thing, kind of giving us more information on the stuff that we've wanted answers to. So yeah, let's just get into this anyway. To explain why I'd give it that rating. As you can see, they basically want to do experiments on the alien stuff they've found. So I'm not sure if that's the reason why Wendy's kind of in that location. Yeah. And then you got her, you know, like asking about what she is and stuff, which I didn't even realize she's also like a kind of hybrid android or something. Or just, I don't know if she's just like a full android, but because it just seems like Wendy's the special one anyway. But I just don't know if like they're all basically the same. Yeah. And I guess I just want to experiment on these creatures for some reason. Yeah, which is something they just like to do throughout the franchise. With some of the things they end up making in later films. And then they kind of ask why Wendy gets to like be Wendy, since I guess it's a reference to like, you know, Peter Pan and, you know, Wendy, and how they didn't really get to choose their names and stuff. Yeah. Like what makes her so special, which, you know, because he's the one who's like obsessed with the Wendy compared to the other androids. Yeah. Like she's the most unique one, and we'll probably have a conversation between these two soon anyway, like Wendy and this guy. But yeah, Wendy's basically still in that location, while I guess 100% confirmed is her brother, which, but they probably did say, but I don't know if I was just paying attention, because there's so much going on in this show, so probably went over my head. But yeah, they're basically getting attacked by a xenomorph. Like the xenomorph's basically trapped him, and it kind of lures out Wendy to come and help him, so he can attack them both, I guess, while she's trying to free him. So the xenomorph ends up making a smart play, and then, you know, she just tries to fight against it. It kind of goes up in the roof, so I'm just guessing like it was probably thinking like it probably won't be able to win in like just a head-on fight, so it decides to go up and tries to attack him from above. Like Wendy, I guess she kind of damages it, and it kind of drops some acid, so they just won out, I guess. Yeah. But it's still basically following them. So they try to get to the area where they can just let down the door, but then Wendy's also trying to, like, I guess, trap it. He kind of gets hit by the xenomorph, but she's basically dragging it so he can press the button to like possibly squash it in half, I guess. But, you know, it ends up not going perfectly well. Like Wendy gets pulled in, so I don't even know if anything really got squashed by it. So then he has to try to reopen it manually, I guess. He's able to open it. He finds Wendy, but I guess she's like injured. Yeah. But she's able to kill, I guess, the xenomorph off screen, which would have been cool to actually see her just defeat it, and then I guess you could see like the xenomorph damaging her in the head or something. Yeah. And he has a lot of bloodlust from the xenomorph, you know, penetrating him as well, which he's just human, so he could possibly die. But yeah, they just die with the dead xenomorph. Yeah, that's the first 10-11 minutes anyway. That's kind of the only like actiony stuff we get in this episode. Then you get these other androids who just act like flipping kids. It feels like a scene out of flipping Alien Resurrection or something, because, you know, that's like such a goofy movie, and then you've got these androids that act so goofy because they're kind of like made like kids, I guess. So they have like kid minds. They're how to just getting so hyped over everything, like all the things that are around them, like all these aliens and stuff. Yeah. They're so kiddish. Yeah. And then you got the bad android who comes to interrogate them, and, you know, he tries to see if they've got any weapons, which they don't. And I guess he kind of works out they act like kids, so he just knows they must probably have like a parent kind of master. Yeah. Well, because they basically say like they have a parent, so he's thinking like, do you think you actually have parents and stuff? Yeah. So he's kind of confused how they actually think and stuff. And then, you know, the guy who was actually in charge of them comes. But, you know, first he's kind of like downloading information from the thing. He's kind of wiping it. And he's just asking them questions which they're afraid to answer. So he ends up nearly killing one of them, I guess. But yeah, he's a pretty cool android. He's obviously going to be the one who probably will take on Randy at one point to achieve his mission. Since I guess he's trying to collect the alien samples and stuff, the xenomorphs, all them. But you know, he ends up coming, saying that this is not your property and stuff. And I'm surprised he doesn't try to attack him or anything. But then, like, I guess one of the eggs ends up nearly hatching, so he escapes. Yeah. And then they just take the xenomorph corpse and Randy and her brother back home, I guess. So they're gonna probably do experiments on the xenomorph and the eggs. Yeah. And I just kind of find it funny how they barely have any protection with the eggs. I mean, they're aware of how it works, yet they don't really have much protection. And the xenomorph literally leaking acid, like, bro, what is this? This is supposed to be like in the 22nd, 23rd century, and they don't really have more safety procedures. It's just kind of funny. Yeah. You could say not a lot happens afterwards, but I guess there's still like I said, this is more like an exposition kind of episode, really, giving you a bit more information on stuff that you were just kind of confused about with the first 2 episodes, I guess. Now we get more answers to what that other android is, who's trying to collect like aliens, I guess, and who he's actually working for. But I'm guessing the person that he previously worked for is not really alive anymore, so he's kind of working with like the granddaughter or something. Yeah. So I don't know if it's like basically like a rival company against this company, but they was able to actually get the stuff that he was trying to get. I mean, it's going to take a while to fully piece this together, and then I guess that guy wants to talk to Wendy, but you know, she's not fully operational right now since she took some hard damage in her head, so they're basically trying to fix her, and he has a little argument with the boss, basically. Yeah. So yeah, she's just trying to recover for the rest of the episode, basically, and we don't really see until the end, which I guess I'll see what I'll think about that last scene, like, because it's making me think like why has such a strong reaction to it, which, you know, we'll get to. But basically collected all of the alien stuff we saw in like the first 2 episodes to do experiments on them, basically. I don't know if trying to find out where they come from, how they work and stuff. Yeah. And then kind of like experiment on like the main egg, which I guess he wants to try see what's inside, but he just, you know, tells him to like back off, I guess, and he will just take charge and experiment on everything, and then he'll just give a report afterwards, I guess. And then they have a chat with the machines, like what they saw, I guess. Yeah. And this one, he ends up talking with the I don't know if I should call him the bad android. Like, I can't remember if he even has a name, but yeah. Because he can like I don't know if he's able to like, I don't know if he like hacks into him or something, and then he's able to talk to him when he's alone. Yeah, but we'll get to that scene anyway. And then he ends up retreating to getting communication with I guess his master. Like, he has to verify and everything. And then we get a glimpse of what his intentions are, what his goals are, and who he's working for, I guess. So I'm just guessing like it's just basically like another company that he was doing work for in his previous life. So I'm just not sure if like he was a human while working for this company and was supposed to like complete a mission which he still hasn't fully done, and he's just trying to fully achieve it before coming back in, which I guess she wants him to come in, but he doesn't want to yet until he has like the alien samples, I guess. Yeah. So we get a bit of info there on what his purpose is. Yeah. But I guess we'll just fully learn by the end of the show. Or should I say the season. And I guess she's like an android too, which I guess he also has an interest in her, but not as much as Wendy. But I guess it's just something for now, I guess. Like, what is the actual proper purpose of these androids, really? Yeah. Wendy, she seems like she can do a lot more, but she ends up, you know, getting damaged. And this is when he starts talking to him. saying like they should be friends, but he's basically trying to get information out of him because before I guess their boss came, he was trying to like get information out of him because he was kind of like hiding something. So he tries to like threaten him with like his blade or something that comes out of his hand. But yeah, he gets interrupted, so now he tries to talk to him and tries to be friends with him. And since he's a kid, I guess he'll just basically forgive him and yeah, let's be friends, which kind of weirdly accepts. And then he just knows he's probably gonna have to like build that relationship, so he just stops talking to him for now, I guess, just to not creep him out, I guess. Yeah. Because I guess he just wants to find out where he is and stuff. Yeah. And what else he could learn. And I guess she's just like looking at herself or something, whatever. She ends up finally waking up, which when she wakes up, she ends up having a reaction to like the autopsies of the aliens, since they're kind of like taking out the eggs and stuff. Like they take out his, I think, kidney or something, do something weird with it. Yeah, they're just basically experimenting on the alien egg, trying to get the face hugger out and do an autopsy on it, I guess. But it ends up like affecting her in a big way, which is kind of strange. I'm not even sure if anything like that happened with the cloned Ripley in Resurrection, since she was basically like a combination of Ripley's DNA and a xenomorph queen, I think. And it took like several experiments to like get like the perfect cloned Ripley, I guess. So I don't know if she's like I don't even know if they've like actually come across xenomorphs before and have just like mixed her with like a xenomorph or something. And then they got like the original person and then an android, like all that kind of hybrid. I don't know if they've gone that far, but for her to have such a strong reaction to them experimenting on the alien eggs and stuff, it makes me think what she fully is, I guess. Yeah. And just the way how they end the episode, I feel like if just a normal person just watching this episode is just like, what is this? But since I've watched like the alien films, I'm just trying to work it out, and people are probably just coming up with like theories of what she really is. And I don't understand when they actually finish experimenting on their flipping alien egg, they use like her brother's flipping kidney or something to like flipping feed the alien or something. Like I don't even know what's going on here. Like what they're trying to do. But since they're humans, they're dumb in it. They're gonna create new threats for themselves and probably start alien Earth. You'd get taken over by the aliens. But yeah, basically just ends with her falling on the floor and literally right next to him, like they don't even notice, which is kind of stupid. But yeah, it's interesting. But you know, I guess for some viewers they might find this pretty like average or something. For me, it's just it at least gives more information, so at least I got that from this episode. But obviously there's not really as much going on compared to like the previous episode. I'm at least happy I get a lot more answers from this episode, where I feel like there was a lot more mystery of the first two episodes. But yeah, it's got some action, world building and stuff. This one's more like exposition and stuff, but still having some mystery, like what she is and stuff. There's still a lot of mystery, and how it could end up leading up to, because this is basically set before like I guess the first two Alien films. I think this is like set 2 years before the first one. And for it to even focus on Alien Earth, which, because by the time we get to Resurrection, we know that, you know, the Earth fully gets taken over by, you know, the flipping aliens, so like it becomes an apocalypse. So I'm guessing it's just trying to like show that whole progress. Yeah. But yeah, I'm still enjoying the show. Like obviously, like I said, because there's less stuff going on in like an actiony way, and I don't know, just a lot of things going on. It's more like focus on like autopsies and giving us information on stuff we didn't really understand in the first two episodes. Unless for some stuff, I feel like I just didn't pick it up because I wasn't fully paying attention, because it was like showing so much at once. And there's some stuff that I feel like was just revealed to us. But yeah, I said I'm still enjoying it, but I hope there's a lot more going on in the next episode though, since I have to wait literally a week for the next one now. But yeah, at least I'm all caught up. Got Peacemaker coming back, so I'm probably going to be reviewing that as well, which is awesome. Dexter will be done soon, so yeah. It seems like we've got a trailer for like Fallout. Seems like the new season's going to be set in New Vegas, which is cool, because you know, Fallout New Vegas. That'll be awesome to see. But yeah, that's all I've got to say about this episode. Yeah, we'll just see where this ends up going and why they're flipping feeding her brother's kidney to like one of the aliens they've autopsied, because it just ends up turning into like a little sluggy thing that just goes inside his kidney and stuff. Whatever they're trying to do there, but I guess we'll get some answers as it goes on, and at least we know like more of the goal of the other android. Yeah, but yeah, I guess we'll see where things will go from there. Hope you enjoyed my review. Sure you can leave a like. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.